Let's talk about the stock market situation before I let you
Oh
go
my
here.
gosh.
I mean, we're recovering right now, but yesterday
riveted.
I woke up and I thought the world was going to come down. So,
what was that? Thousand point drop. It was the second largest drop in
I know
10
it was
years
the worst drop in Dow history in 2 years.
2 years,
for the Dow. And is this going to become the new normal? That fine, today we're rebounding, but is this the new normal of volatility that we're going to be living in right now?
What I think we all learned yesterday is how truly interconnected the world is. I mean, and in ways that we don't even think. So South Korea, the coronavirus breaks out in South Korea. Why does that affect the global economy? I didn't know until I watched yesterday that South Korea is the #1 shipping point for most goods out of Asia. I didn't know that. So anything coming out of Asia is going through South Korea. And if they shut down, how do we get goods? Now, if you think about that, if we're not getting goods and I'm a small business and the people I'm selling to can't pay me,
right,
what does that do for my business? And it's such a seamless world today.
Are you concerned about a recession for the global economy? I know we stopped talking about a recession here in the U.S., but should it become a concern again?
I'm not concerned about a recession, with the caveat being how long the containment. If we can contain the virus, even with the hope of containment, the economy will rebound. You know why? Because the economy is great. The cost of money, most large businesses don't realize the #1 issue for small business is the cost of capital. If I can borrow money at 3 to 4% and I'm growing by 20%, I'm going to do great. And the economy's good, consumers are strong, business is strong, as long as we contain it within a reasonable time.
Fantastic. Robert, thank you so much for joining us today. Actually, one last question. Stocks did horribly, but I know a lot of our fans would want to know, do you like gold? Because gold was way up yesterday. Do you hedge at all with precious metals?
I'm not a big believer in gold. I understand the people's need to go to it. I just think on a long-term basis, base metals like that aren't going to be an economic indicator. I'm a big believer in Bitcoin and electronic payments in the future, but I think we're a long way away from that. But in the short term,
so big believer
yes,
in Bitcoin.
Gold is a hedge.
Would you be buying Bitcoin here?
I would be buying Bitcoin.
This price?
I think the price of Bitcoin on a long-term basis will quintuple, if that's a word. It's just, I forget who the analyst yesterday, but he said consumers over the long run always go to convenience. And Bitcoin is just convenience.
So when you hear talk, I mean, I've had people on here with crazy forecasts for Bitcoin. 100,000, I've heard 1 million. That doesn't sound crazy to you.
It doesn't sound crazy to me, but you have to disassociate the price of an individual type of Bitcoin. Because part of the challenge with Bitcoin is there is no one Bitcoin. You can buy different types of Bitcoin. And I think it's a bit of a fragmented industry. The minute you have a JP Morgan Chase or you have a large institutional company getting behind it, then that world will change.